And if it wasn't for Rachel and her technology savvy, I probably still wouldn't. But we had instant Zoom meetings, and that's what kept us going. I think they're going to be the new normal. If we, because we're all having these discussions on what the new normal looks like. Well, I think one of the new normals is a Zoom meeting. I've talked to several customers today, and it's amazing how many different companies are operating differently, but the word is that they are going to continue from now till January with the Zoom meetings, and some are alternate, like doing an A group and a B group for offices, but predominantly a lot of offices are staying home. So there's not a lot of hard, fast rules. There's a couple of avoids, but basically the ideal thing for Zoom meetings is color. Going back to our color analysis conversation that we had a couple of months ago, looking at what season you are, what are your best colors, and really wearing those colors, because by wearing the proper colors, it adds color and shine to the face. It adds some life, which the camera takes something away. It's different than being in person. So a bold white blouse or a bold black blouse or navy can add some shadowing to your face and can well, the word used is make you look blab. So what we want to do is we want to add some color. So going back to your color analysis and picking out your colors is really a good idea. Now, also jewelry is another great idea, because it can take a basic shirt and dress it up. Going back to our curbside pickup, we had these great colorful t-shirts, which are great because they're color. So as soon as you add a necklace, it will take your kind of very casual outfit into something a little bit dressier. Gold or silver doesn't matter. Again, that you can go back to your color analysis. But I think a classic t-shirt is not a bad idea for a Zoom meeting, especially when you're amongst your coworkers, but you want to dress it up a little bit with jewelry. The word on the street is that you want to dress one level down, or you can dress one level down from what you would have dressed normally. This whole, just because you're working at home doesn't mean you want to look overly too casual, because you're still in a professional setting. So you want to dress one step down from what you normally do. So if you're into jackets, as I am, I still want to wear my jackets, but I put more of a t-shirt underneath, just with some jewelry and some color. For men, if you're normally a suit and tie, this is where you then go into a golf shirt. And if your typical golf shirt is your norm, then you can go down to a t-shirt. But we just, remember that Tide commercial where they're on a date and the girl looks, oh, you look overly comfortable, because her t-shirt looks overworn and all stretched, or his t-shirt looked overworn and stretched out. So that's what you want to keep in mind. You don't want to look overly too casual or too comfortable. I am wearing the Hemisphere, which is our curbside pickup item this week. These I think are great because they just have a little cap sleeve, so you're not going to get hot with your jacket on, or if you want to take your jacket off. For Zoom meetings, they still do recommend some kind of sleeve, whether it be a cap sleeve or a 3/4 length sleeve, so it doesn't act as a distraction when you're talking. So what's nice about these is they have the 3/4 length sleeve, but also the main point is color. So you can wear it by itself, or you can put it underneath any of your jackets, and the color is quite nice. Also, they have, in a Zoom meeting, you want to watch your neckline, mainly because you'll be sitting. Posture is very important, but when you sit and you're talking, you can forget about your posture. And so if your neckline is too low, then you can unfortunately be maybe a little exposed. So you want a higher neckline so you don't even have to worry about moving the wrong way. And you have to watch a button-up shirt as well, because as you sit at your desk, you can slouch and then the buttons can start to gape. So you want to maybe avoid or make sure that your blouse is not too fitted, so you don't get into the gaping button. But also you want to make sure your neckline is a little bit higher so you don't, again, if you're leaning forward, depending on how close you are from your computer, you don't want to get into the point, a situation where someone can see down your neckline. So you want to wear a higher neckline. Color is a good idea. You want to avoid too much print, mainly because print can be distracting. So it can take the attention away from you, and people will stop listening to what you're wearing. So depending on the print, you want it a little more spaced out, but the print that comes to mind, just to give you the visual, is like a Hawaiian shirt. You don't want that much print. It's too bold, it's too loud, and it's gonna detract from your face and from what you're saying. You want to, another great idea is, I'm sure there's going to be a TV show with Zoom bloopers. I'm positive of it. In doing some research with this, on this topic, there is a lot of people who have been caught literally with their pants down. So my recommendation would be that if you want a comfy pant, something like the Eileen Fisher, which is all stretch, one step away from a track pant, is a good idea, just to have a classic black navy pant on. So therefore, if you do get caught off guard and you do stand up, you still look presentable, and that your outfit is well thought out. Just picture if you had this really a suit jacket on and a nice shirt and some jewelry, then you stand up and all of a sudden you have this pair of track pants on. You can see how you didn't complete the outfit for the Zoom meeting, but coffee spills, children come running in, pets jump up on you. All of these situations can happen, which can cause you to stand up abruptly, and that's why you need just a basic comfy pant. I was reading an article about actually it was the New York Times, and this woman wanted her husband continuously. She kept hounding him, and he was a high profile investment banker, and he would wear a shirt, a tie, no jacket, but he refused to put pants on. And wouldn't you know, one day he's in front of a meeting, doing a Zoom meeting, his coffee spilled, he jumped up, and lo and behold, in front of everybody, he had no pants on. So that can happen, has happened, and believe me, there will be a TV show on Zoom bloopers. Another thing you want to do, this is personal opinion, is get up and put makeup on. When this all started, we got out of our routines. Our routine was to get up, get dressed, put makeup on, do your hair, and then you would leave the house. So the only thing that's really changed is we are now not leaving the house. So I do recommend that you get up. You don't have to put a full face on, but put some makeup on, because again, the camera can add some sheen to your house or to your face. So you can look very glossy, which actually is a reflection of poor hygiene. So you don't want to give your boss or your clients the idea that you don't take care of yourself. So you want to put on some makeup, a little bit of lipstick. The number one thing, if you don't want to put eye makeup on, is eyebrows. Even in TV, you always want to shape your eyebrows and frame them in, because it adds character to the face. And plus your eyebrows move with your eye movement, so you want to give some definition to your eyebrows, if there's one thing that you should do. The other thing you want to do is add some moisture to the skin. Some people a lot of articles that I've read suggested tinted moisturizers because it gives the face some buoyancy and actually adds to your complexion. You don't want you want to do a little bit of a foundation maybe or a tinted moisturizer to even out your skin tone, which is very important because again, the camera being different than reality, it can make your skin tone look a little bit blotchy. The other thing, so we touched upon the necklines. What you want to avoid is tank tops. Tank tops or off the shoulder tops. Tank tops primarily for the same reason that you're moving the wrong way and exposing yourself. Tank tops are too tight. So and the camera can enhance things so you don't, and also off the shoulder is very distracting. So you want to distract from your face, which causes distraction from your conversation. The other thing is the necklines. Again, you don't want too low. We want to go back to color. You want a comfy pant on. Adding a little bit of jewelry adds some excitement to what you're wearing. And also you want to watch that your prints are not too colorful, that it can distract from what you're saying. So those are the tips. There's not many, but they're very simple. Wake up, try and find a basic routine. A lot of companies are, first thing in the morning, making everybody get online at 8 a.m. So they're trying to establish some kind of routine. Different companies will do it differently, but Zoom calls definitely are here to stay. They can be fun and interactive, but you want to just step back and maybe dress down one step from what you really are. But at the end of the day, you have to remember it's your company, to your clients, to your coworkers. You don't your fine reputation and show that you're a little too casual at home, but work is very serious. So if there's any questions, we'll take now.
Yeah, so
thank you for joining.
Sorry, Lisa, one question is about, can you just speak a little bit about pattern?
About patterns?
Yeah, and kind of the rules around pattern, especially on screen.
Okay. Too loud of pattern
Oh, I think we may have lost Lisa. Am I the only one that can't hear her?
I can't hear her as well.
No, I can't hear either.
Okay, so I think we've lost Lisa. I think we've lost Lisa, unfortunately, but I'll just take over and answer that question. So basically the rules with pattern, you have to just remember that as things translate on screen, they become static. So super micro prints, anything that's kind of like a white base, so a white base polka dot won't translate well on screen. So I think what you really want to emphasize is that the bolder the print, the better. But typically, like at Lisa's Hound Glen Check jacket, you can see it was a little bit bolder of a print. Oh, there she is. She's back on. Is a little bit better, but Oh, sorry. I'll unmute you. We lost you. We lost you, Lisa.
While we were connecting to the internet, I went and grabbed a distraction. So you can see as if when I put more color up around my face, not only does it make my face look a little, or my head look a little bit smaller, but also what's going on here can be a little more on the distraction side. So by just color, you get more on me and less on what's happening down in my clothing. People can start, especially if say what you're talking about isn't that interesting, people will start to daze off. And so again, a pattern can add to that distraction, where a solid color is the best for video and for TV. Even my jacket isn't too bad, but anything louder, like if I had a striped t-shirt on underneath, that could also be a little more distracting. So solids, anything I've read, solids are pretty much the best. Even watch your TV broadcasters. You'll notice that they do not wear a lot of color. They don't even suggest bright white, black, or navy because of the lighting system that these cameras have, that it can actually cast shadows on the face, the darker the color. And the white can drain you. So you want to, color is best, but solid colors are really good. Any other questions?
I think that is it.
That's great. Well, thank you for joining us, and we'll have a recap tomorrow, and stay safe and stay well.